You're listening to Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Karl Fitzpatrick in association with Wexford Insurances. Challenge us at Wexford Insurances 0818 31 30 30.
I'm now joined in studio by Paul Kelly of Jablinked.com. Paul, start by telling me a little bit about your own boxing career, please.
Hi, Karl. My name is Paul Kelly. My background is boxing. I've been involved in boxing since I was 9. Boxed as an amateur on different levels, nationally. I boxed overseas. And then now I'm involved as a coach in a club in New Ross called St. Michael's, a club that I started off in 33 years ago. When travelling overseas, like many people did during the first recession, came back, got actively involved in boxing again because it's a passion of mine. I became an accredited coach in the last few years, and now I'm actively a coach in St. Michael's. So boxing to me has been a lifelong crutch, a lifelong a sport that I love, and I'm happy to be here to announce this wonderful idea called Jablinked.com.
Okay, tell me a little bit about the background to Jablinked.com. Where did the idea originate from?
Jablinked.com came, the idea has been sitting in my head for quite a few years, but it really came to the forefront when I was sitting with a young boxer that was quite nervous, quite excited, all the attributes that you would expect from a young boxer about to do combat in a ring with an opponent. And he asked me about what my opponent was like, and I said, I didn't really know much information about him, but I would go and ask the head coach of this particular club what he was like. And the answer I got was, tell little Johnny that he's got 2 eyes, 2 arms and 2 legs. And I thought that was a bit crude and not enough information to give back to Johnny to allay his fears and to suppress his nervousness. So I said, look, whatever happens, Johnny, do your best, and he's equally as good as you are in the ring. And that was the information that I gave him. And I decided that there needs to be more information. I think that information in the right hands is a powerful tool. Information in the wrong hands can be a very destructive tool. So Jablink came about from my questioning of what an opponent has and my understanding of what I saw that an opponent has. So as a coach standing in the corner, I tried to evaluate the first round, and then I would fine-tune my boxer then to go out and maybe do better in the second round and win the bout. But with Jablinked, it will allow a coach to log on, see everybody in every age category, every weight category, and with an uploaded video of one of the rounds, the coach will then see exactly what the opponents are like. Then he will train his boxer, fine-tune his boxer, and then hopefully there will be success for the club in those individual boxes. I think that's the strength of Jablinked.com.
So talk me through the process in terms of what you decided to put on the site and why.
Jablinked.com has got 5 service arms. The first service arm is that we have created a generically gridded homepage. So 260 clubs in Ireland, when they've subscribed to Jablinked.com, will have a club homepage which detail the club opening hours. They can upload the centre body of the page themselves. They can manage that with event information. They can upload videos. They can list the boxers that are in their club. And they can obviously advertise their badge of honour, such as many title holders that they've got in their club. And so it's a PR exercise for the clubs to get people in the front doors and join their club. And it's also a window for parents to look at a club and say, well, this club, I like this club because of X, Y and Z. So it's a good advertising tool for the club.
So it's a very useful tool, both from a coaching perspective and also from a boxing perspective as well. Talk me through the business model. How are you going to finance this?
But the other element within the site that the site is driven from subscription. So the clubs would sign up to have a homepage that we design and give to them, and they populate themselves and make it their own unique page. The other service arm is a Jablinker search tool, a bespoke search tool, which allows coaches to search for a boxer in any category by definitions of left hand, right hand, bouts, champions, counties, provinces, towns. So it's nationally, provincially and county-wise they can search boxers by. This particular tool has created an amazing buzz around the boxing community of ease. Our slogan is click, search and progress. So a coach would click, search for a boxer and then progress from there with the information. The information that he gets from a boxer profile that we put on the boxer profile, and that'll be put on by the coach themselves. will be purely stats on boxing. There is no date of birth in there. There's only a category. Boy 11 is a boy 1. Boy 2 is boy 12, is 12 years of age. So it's age 11, boy 1, his weight. His fight history will be from 0 to 5, 5 to 10, and there's no wins and losses that the boxer can see. But the coach can see all that. So the coach has got more information because it's coach pertaining information. The profile is there for other coaches to see that boxer is there, and what information they want to see as a coach will be there for them.
I suppose if I was to being the devil's advocate about this, I'd be thinking, well, maybe me as a coach should sign up to it to look and see what my own boxers are going to come up against. But I'm trying to hide the information maybe about my own boxers so that others can prepare as well as I can.
Yeah, there's probably an element of that in boxing where people say don't show your best hand. But, I think that at the end of the day, boxing can also be a sport where people could potentially get hurt. There's also a sport where potentially a boxer who could be an Olympic champion, because he's met the wrong match, decides to pack in boxing, give it up and walk away forever. This would give more clarity. It would give more insurance that the information that's there in that system can be backed up, and it's backed up by the video. The video of the one round will show exactly what the boxer is. So the information, if it's a little bit maybe misleading in the profile, the video will reveal exactly what that boxer is about. So coaches will look at that and say, well, look, this boxer is exactly what my boxer wants. At the event then, it's always up to the coach to protect these boxers. So if it's a one-sided after the first round and the coach decides to stop that, it's a matter of throwing in the towel, and then, everybody's safe and home and dry.
You mentioned earlier that, there's kids of 11, 12, 13, 14 and so on in boxing, and their information is going to be up on this site. How protected is the environment?
We are completely adhering to all child protection policies. And on this site, as I said, you will only see that it's all boxing information. So a young fellow who's 11 years of age will be classed as a boy 1. You will see his height, his weight, but remember, it's only for coaches seeing this, not for the general public. The general public can't log on and see this information. This is for coaches only in clubs, and a boxer can only see his own profile page, not anybody else's. So the Joe public cannot see somebody's information on a site, and even if they did, which they won't, it's boxing information. It's information that you can't use. And a coach can't use that information to do anything in the sense of criminality or anything. So it's purely boxing information.
You mentioned earlier that there's over 260 clubs, boxing clubs, amateur boxing clubs in Ireland with over 7,000 boxers. Is there an opportunity to develop this and grow it internationally when the time comes?
Yeah, I think the potential for Jablinked is when it saturates the market here, and all indicators and feedback is that it really is a much needed proactive tool in boxing. Our intention is to roll it out in the UK, roll it out in Scotland, roll it out in Wales, and then we would then have the Scottish Boxing Board plugging into Jablinked and seeing the boxers that are here and back compatible back to Scotland. Same for Wales, same for the UK. So now we have a database that can be seen by international coaches, international clubs, sharing pools of information that will make boxing much clearer, more understanding, and from a coach's point of view, a better fine-tuned matching facility.
Paul, I'm just wondering how you see the business developing. Is it something whereby the boxing club will buy into it and the boxers will get access to that information through their coach, or that boxers will sign up themselves in their own right to access information? We have
had a few focus groups with various coaches from various clubs with extreme background knowledge to boxing, and they like Jablinked, they like what it does, they like the site. It's very clean, it's very easy to use, it is boxer orientated, and they see the standard that it's going to create within matching for boxing. But what we've got from clubs is that when Jablinked on the site is in full tilt, and we have a lot of people subscribe to it, and hopefully we will have 8,000 down the line, that it'll become a mandatory part of your boxing career to be involved in this. It'll become as mandatory to be on Jablinked as putting in your gum shield or your head. You put on your head guard. That if you're on it, you're searched, you're found, and you're matched. So therefore, you can progress and become a better boxer. So again, I'll go back to the slogan that we use: click, search, progress. And I think that's the unique selling point of this business.
You're listening to Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Karl Fitzpatrick in association with Wexford Insurances. Think Wexford Insurances for your business insurance.